what we realized is that debt is the easiest thing to get into, Frank, but the hardest thing to get out of. All right. The hardest thing, and the reason why is because as you're paying off your debt, as soon as you get close to paying off that debt, man, they throw another carrot right in front of you. They say, hey, Frank, listen, we can extend your limit, right? Or we can transfer you to another card that has better benefits. And naturally, people are like, you know what? Let me go do that and get in some more debt, right? At the end of the day, man, debt is the what is it? You'll always be a slave to the lender, right? When you're in debt, right? You'll always be a slave. So you got to get out of debt as fast as possible. Now, there are people that say there's good debt out there, there's bad debt out there. In my opinion, right? Debt is like the uncle, right? The weird uncle in the closet, right? Everyone knows he's there, but nobody wants to, tell him that he's there, right? So everyone has debt, but nobody really wants to say it. So I think the first debts that we have to eliminate would be the consumer debts, like the credit cards, the car loans, anything with high interest. Get rid of that as fast as possible, right? The second debt you need to get rid of is student loans, right? Because a lot of people don't know, but student loans, even if you file bankruptcy, they still stick with you, right? So you got to eliminate those student loans as fast as possible, and then go after your mortgage, right? And the best way to do it is by a concept called debt stacking, right? You mentioned debt. Dave Ramsey, he calls it debt snowball. Essentially, what it is you pay off the debt first that you know you can pay off the fastest. You pay that off, boom, and then whatever you're paying on that debt, you stack it onto the next debt, right? So let's say you're paying $100 for a credit card, you pay that off, you stack it onto the next credit card. So instead of paying $100 on that next credit card, now you're paying $200. So that next credit card is gonna get eliminated faster. As soon as that's paid off, you're gonna stack that $200 on the next, debt, which is, so you're just snowballing the payments. And by doing it that way, by doing that strategy, instead of paying a little bit more on this card and a little bit more on this card, by doing it that way, you're out of debt way faster. So that's what's been helping us out tremendously, in the market, getting people out of debt as fast and then once you're out of debt, Frank, what we tell them, say, listen, now that you're completely debt free, you're already used to spending, $2,000 a month towards debt. Let's take that $2,000 that you're used to spending towards debt and let's invest it. Boom. Let's invest it. Let's invest it. And let's stack that money up. Right? And so now when you reach retirement, with no debt and you have all this money that you can truly consider yourself retired at that moment.